The cafe still had computers, still had internet, still had electricity. Nothing inside had stopped working. Yet outside, the world had fundamentally changed. Where had the customers gone? They hadn't stopped using the internet. They were using it more than ever. They had simply stopped visiting it. How did the internet leave the building? When smartphones first appeared, many people saw them as smaller computers. History would reveal something different. They weren't shrinking computers. They were expanding the internet. What made smartphones fundamentally different? A smartphone wasn't one invention. It was dozens. A phone, a camera, a music player, a map, a calculator, a flashlight, a browser, a television, a game console, a computer, compressed into one object. What happens when one device replaces 20? Access became permanence, and permanence became the standard. The internet cafe sold access. The smartphone sold permanence. The internet no longer waited behind a rented desk. It followed you everywhere. What is more valuable, access or permanence? People once carried storage. Now they carried identity. Your files, your contacts, your photos, your conversations, everything moved into one device. Did computers become personal, or did people become digital? Then even storage disappeared. Files no longer lived inside computers. They lived inside the cloud. Your computer became temporary. Your data became permanent. If your information lives everywhere, does the computer matter anymore? Remember why people visited internet cafes? To print maps. Now the map follows you, updating every second. How many reasons to visit a cafe have already disappeared? Banking, shopping, tickets, learning, photography, messaging, entertainment, government services. One by one, every reason to visit an internet cafe migrated into your pocket. Was any function left behind? The cafe wasn't destroyed overnight. Each year, one more service disappeared, then another, then another. Death came by subtraction. Why didn't owners see it happening? Because entrepreneurs often watch competitors, but industries are usually transformed by ecosystems. The cafe owner watched the street. The real disruption came from the entire planet. Can an ecosystem destroy a business? No single invention killed the internet cafe. Cheap processors, better batteries, touchscreens, mobile networks, cloud computing, application stores, each solved one problem. Together, they erased an industry. Why are industries often destroyed by combinations rather than inventions? Is convergence the ultimate disruptor? The smartphone wasn't merely a better phone. It became civilization's universal tool. When one object performs hundreds of jobs, hundreds of businesses begin disappearing. How many industries can one invention absorb? Music players disappeared. GPS devices disappeared. Compact cameras declined. Pocket calculators vanished. Even internet cafes became unnecessary. The smartphone didn't create one industry. It absorbed many. Has this happened before in history? Technological revolutions rarely eliminate one business. They eliminate entire categories. Technological revolutions rarely eliminate one business. They eliminate entire categories, because convergence is more powerful than competition. What happens when infrastructure becomes invisible? A child born today never asks, "How do I access the internet?" To them, the internet is simply part of reality, like light, like water, like roads. When did humanity stop noticing the internet? The greatest technologies eventually become invisible. Electricity, running water, GPS, and now the internet. Infrastructure succeeds when people stop thinking about it. What happens to businesses built around visible infrastructure? Can they survive when their reason for being becomes ambient? The internet cafe didn't disappear because people stopped needing connectivity. It disappeared because every cafe quietly became an internet cafe. Is this the fate of all infrastructure businesses? Every infrastructure follows the same journey. First, people travel to it. Eventually, it travels to people. Has civilization repeated this pattern before? Internet cafes weren't replaced by smartphones. They were replaced by a civilization where connectivity itself became infrastructure. And history suggests this happens far more often than we realize. If this pattern keeps repeating, what other industries exist today only because infrastructure hasn't caught up yet? At first glance, these businesses seem unrelated. Different industries, different customers, different eras. Yet somehow they all disappeared in remarkably similar ways. What invisible force connects them? Before refrigerators, people didn't make ice. They bought it. Entire companies harvested frozen lakes, stored massive blocks of ice, and delivered them door to door. Ice wasn't a convenience, it was an industry. What happened to the ice business? The refrigerator didn't compete with ice companies. It eliminated the need for them. The business disappeared because the infrastructure moved into the home. Has this happened before? Telephone booths once stood on nearly every busy street. If you needed to make a call, you traveled to the telephone. Today, the telephone travels with you. Did mobile phones compete with telephone booths? Not exactly. They erased the need for public telephones altogether. The destination disappeared. The infrastructure became personal. Is that what happened to internet cafes? For decades, movie night meant visiting a store, walking the aisles, choosing a DVD, returning it later. Entire businesses existed around that routine. Where did they go? Streaming didn't simply offer more movies. It removed the journey. The store didn't lose because it was worse. It lost because the infrastructure moved into the living room. How many industries exist only because people still have to travel? Dedicated GPS devices once filled electronics stores. Today, the same technology quietly lives inside every smartphone. The product survived, the industry did not. Can technology survive while businesses disappear? Look closely. Each business solved the same problem. Access. They existed because something valuable was scarce. What happens when scarcity disappears? Again and again, civilization follows the same path. Scarcity creates shared access. Shared access creates demand. Demand drives innovation. Innovation lowers cost. Ownership becomes possible. Infrastructure becomes invisible. Is this the life cycle of every infrastructure business? Here's the paradox. Internet cafes didn't slow technological progress. They accelerated it. They introduced millions of people to computers, to email, to the web, to digital life. Could their success be creating their own extinction? Every customer who fell in love with the internet eventually wanted one thing: to stop renting it. Did internet cafes create future non-customers? Every improvement triggered another. Affordable computers increased demand. Demand justified broadband. Broadband encouraged laptops. Laptops encouraged Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi encouraged smartphones. Each innovation strengthened the next. Who was really disrupting whom? The smartphone wasn't the disruptor. It was the visible tip of an invisible ecosystem. Behind every phone stood decades of investment. Factories, scientists, engineers, telecom companies, governments, supply chains, civilization itself. Can one business survive when the entire ecosystem changes? No one mourns the disappearance of public wells because their purpose lives inside every home. The infrastructure didn't vanish. It became ordinary. Could internet cafes have achieved the same fate? Perhaps internet cafes never truly disappeared. Perhaps they succeeded so completely that every building quietly became one. Is success sometimes invisible? The question is never, what business are you in? The real question is, what scarcity are you solving? What happens when that scarcity disappears? Look around today. Which industries exist only because infrastructure is still incomplete? Electric vehicle charging, co-working spaces, AI computing services, satellite internet installation. Some of today's fastest growing businesses may be tomorrow's internet cafes. Can we predict the next disappearing industry? Civilization doesn't eliminate needs. It eliminates friction. The businesses that disappear are often those built around removing temporary friction. When the infrastructure permanently removes it, the business quietly fades away. What does this reveal about the future? Internet cafes weren't defeated, they were absorbed by cheaper computers, faster networks, smarter devices, and invisible infrastructure. History suggests this won't be the last industry to disappear this way, only the next one. If civilization keeps absorbing industries, what kinds of businesses will always survive? Look around your city. Almost every convenience you enjoy today was once an industry of its own, because before infrastructure becomes invisible, someone has to build the bridge. Are some businesses born only to build bridges? Imagine building a temporary bridge while engineers construct a permanent one. For years, your bridge is essential. Then one morning, traffic simply stops. Not because your bridge failed, because it completed its mission. Could businesses work the same way? Internet cafes were never meant to last forever. They existed during a transition between disconnected societies and permanently connected ones. They were bridges, not destinations. How many industries are actually bridges? History keeps repeating the same pattern. When infrastructure is scarce, businesses emerge to provide access. When infrastructure becomes universal, those businesses disappear. Not because demand vanished, because scarcity vanished. Can entrepreneurs recognize this pattern early? Many entrepreneurs spend years studying competitors. But industries are often transformed by something else entirely: infrastructure. The greatest threat may never enter through your front door. It may quietly spread beneath your feet. What should entrepreneurs really watch? Infrastructure changes slowly, then suddenly, roads, electricity, railways, broadband, artificial intelligence. Each begins as a novelty. Eventually, each becomes ordinary. What infrastructure is quietly growing today? Perhaps today's fastest-growing industries are only temporary. Charging stations may disappear as batteries improve. Password managers may fade as identity systems evolve. Some AI businesses may vanish as intelligence becomes embedded into every product. History rarely repeats exactly, but it often rhymes. Which companies are building permanent businesses, and which are building temporary bridges? The wrong question is, what business am I in? The better question is, what scarcity am I removing? Because products change, scarcity changes, infrastructure changes. The underlying problem is what matters. How do great companies survive infrastructure shifts? The companies that endure rarely defend their old business. They redefine themselves before infrastructure forces them to. They evolve with the environment instead of fighting it. Why do some companies adapt while others disappear? Perhaps the internet cafe owner didn't lose to technology. Perhaps he helped build it. Every customer he introduced to the web, every student who learned to search, every gamer who discovered online worlds, became part of the connected future. Can success create its own ending? For millions of people, their first encounter with the internet happened inside a cyber cafe. Those buildings didn't just rent computers. They introduced a generation to a new civilization. What legacy did they leave behind? Even the buildings evolved. Many former internet cafes became printing centers, gaming lounges, co-working spaces, repair shops. The walls remained. Only the scarcity changed. Can businesses reinvent themselves by solving new scarcities? This may be one of civilization's quietest laws. Scarcity creates opportunity. Opportunity creates adoption. Adoption creates infrastructure. Infrastructure eliminates the original opportunity. Then the cycle begins again. What cycle are we living through right now? Somewhere today, another entrepreneur is building the next internet cafe, not knowing their industry may thrive for a decade, only to disappear when the infrastructure matures. Will we recognize it before it's gone? Civilization doesn't merely invent technologies, it absorbs them. Until they become so ordinary, we forget they were ever inventions at all. What invisible technologies are shaping us today? Success is measured by disappearance. When infrastructure works perfectly, people stop noticing it exists. What does that mean for business? Inside every smartphone lives the memory of places that once introduced us to the digital world. The cyber cafe wasn't erased, its purpose was inherited. So why did internet cafes really vanish? The demand for connectivity never declined, it exploded. They didn't lose customers, they lost scarcity. The demand for connectivity never declined. It exploded. The need for a special place to access it simply disappeared. Is that failure or fulfillment? The internet cafe wasn't a failed business. It was a temporary chapter in humanity's relationship with information, a bridge between the offline world and a permanently connected civilization. What bridges are we crossing today without realizing it? Because perhaps the story was never about internet cafes. It was about a pattern that has shaped civilization for thousands of years. When something is scarce, we build businesses to share it. When it becomes abundant, those businesses quietly disappear. The entrepreneurs who endure are not the ones who cling to yesterday's scarcity. They are the ones who recognize tomorrow's. The internet cafe didn't fail. It completed its purpose. And somewhere, unnoticed, another temporary industry is doing the same today. Subscribe to Learning BizCraft for more strategic teardowns.